Dare to dream, dare to believe, dare to think, dare to work. Only then do you achieve.
So what we are saying today on the show is that we are all victims of gender-based violence. We are all victims of domestic violence. So we need to tender justice with mercy. We need to accept that we have it in us, and we need to look for ways to curb it down. You just can't blame a child who grew up watching papa beating mama or watching mama beating papa. You can't just entirely blame him when he or she starts perpetrating that same act. You just can't blame a child who grew up and mama was lashing the anger and the despair she felt on papa, on him, and then he interpreted it as love and grew up and was doing the same thing and calling it love. You just can't entirely blame them. And you just can't blame a daughter who grew up and papa was using mama's canes to hit the daughter, and the daughter thought that was love and decided to protect herself by being so vocal, by being so aggressive towards the opposite gender. You just can't entirely blame them. And you just can't entirely blame people when you see them perpetrating or behaving in a particular way. It is high time you question yourself. Question yourself and ask yourself, what did I do to make this happen to me? What did I do to make this happen to me? So that is what you're supposed to do. Question yourself day in, day out, to ask yourself, if I'm a victim of domestic violence, if I'm a victim of gender-based violence, what did I do to get myself in that position? You might have done nothing, but the fact that you keep allowing, keep staying in the same position and watch the gender-based violence act being perpetrated on you, you have become an accomplice to it. So there is something you can do to prevent it. And if you can't do those things because you are thinking about how uncomfortable it will be for you to live without that person because you might have been financially dependent on that person, then you've now become a victim and also an accomplice to the act. We are all victims, and we should endeavor, we should try as much as we can to prevent it from occurring, first from the mind before it even gets to the physical act. First in the mind. Remember, before the battle of the fist comes the battle of the mind. If you can prevent the battle of the mind, the stories you keep telling yourself in your mind, if you can prevent them, if you can change those stories, then you raising your hand towards a friend, you raising your hand towards a loved one will never occur. It will never, for that I'm sure.